Hello. I'm going to talk a little bit about romantic relationships and what's really going on there. It's funny how there's so much unhappiness with most people and a lack of real satisfaction and especially trust. I mean, trust is such a rare thing. I mean, one thing I've learned in my life is that someone who possesses all those inner qualities that you really love and admire in someone with a great energy, the kind of person that just feels great to be in the same room with, someone who will never lie to you, who will never cheat you, who will always be there for you, who will always love you no matter what. Well, unfortunately, that's just such a rare and special thing, requiring someone very, very special. Me, I think that when that feeling goes both ways, it's like you find yourself thinking things differently, seeing things in a whole new light, finding that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which isn't at the end of the rainbow, it's right here. So, that being said, let's look at what's really going on in relationships. People are typically attracted to the wrong people. Women, especially, not limited to them, love emotion, and so they'll gravitate towards the bad boy, the jerk, because he's always initiating some kind of emotion within the woman, good, bad, or ugly. So we have this dynamic where most people are not even capable of being attracted to a truly loving man, a truly loving person. And they can't get past the physical to that great energy, to that spark, the divine spark within. Now, you can be in a relationship with anybody if you are practicing meditation. You can be with someone who's not awake, and it will present certain opportunities for you to learn and grow and challenge you, most likely, more often emotionally. However, if you were to actually find someone who was able to be that rare person, well, that's when the real magic can begin. That's where you can really experience an incredible connection and have a fairy tale life. Now, obviously, things aren't always going to go smoothly, but because you're both awake and aware, you understand that all the bullshit's coming from ego, that each partner takes responsibility for how they feel and doesn't blame the other. Now there are the way that most people attract their significant other, and what causes them to fall in love, it happens on a subconscious level, and it's really screwed up. I remember sitting next to one of my former students and having this overwhelming desire to hit her. And, I'm thinking, what is going on here? That was a first and a last. I've never experienced anything like that. Well, I knew that she had gone from one physically abusive relationship to another. And after a bit of post-analysis, realized that was her energy. That's the vibration she's putting out into the universe and attracting that into her life. Subconscious. Get in there and change that stuff. Meditate. Your outer world changes. So, if you look at her, she's got that vibration of being the person who needs to be abused. That's a one polarity. And then that energy is going out into the universe, and basically like a heat-seeking missile, it's going to find the opposite, and through the law of attraction, boom, attract each other. So the man would be, obviously, his polarity would be that of one who is the abuser. So you have the abused and the abuser. And this is all going on subconsciously. Now this happens on all different levels with people, and this is what is happening when in most relationships. And again, as screwed up as this is, what mainly causes people to fall in love with each other, which is, again, very dysfunctional. There's more. I go into more detail about this in my book, The Three Solvents of Suffering. If you are interested in it, hit me up. Email davidrayleigh@juno.com. So let's talk about falling in love. Well, that's false love. It's emotional lust. And it's one of two addictions that society not only condones but encourages. Falling in love, I think, is one, if not the most dangerous addiction. One of the reasons being that it is condoned and encouraged. The other is that it's so incredibly painful and causes so much grief. Through the attachment, when you fall in love, the other person becomes your false pot of gold, and the whole thing it's not love, it's pleasure, it's emotional pleasure. It's a roller coaster ride. You get these huge highs, but because pleasure and pain are part of the same stick, eventually, boom, for as high as you go, as low, you will eventually get the equal amount of the low. So, what's the solution, Dave? Well, meditate. Learn real love. Real love rocks. Real love it's way better. Way, way better. So, gave you a little bit of information on the relationships. We're out.